coexist with you and juxtapose them as to where the viewer is a bit unsettled with the person's interaction with the insect.
Most people would be disturbed, but Minnis embraces the idea that artwork could be appreciated on different levels.
I really enjoy that duality of art, that it's not only something that's beautiful, but it's something that makes you uncomfortable. It's something that unsettles to the point where you don't want to live with it. And what that does is, I believe it sparks another conversation as to why are you unsettled? Why are you so distracted by this? Or why can't you see the beauty in this? So I wanted to sort of hone that same sort of energy and put it into this work in order for a dialogue about the subject or the concept to be created.
Minnis intermingles the conch in various forms along with other elements from the exhibit to further explore Bahamian sexuality and its connection to sweethearting. The 3x5 canvas cards are all perhaps disturbing, but with the same message. Minnis believes that although the nuclear family is the ideal in our society, with the prevalence of sweethearting, some other important questions need to be raised going forward.
I think our moral compass should reflect the times that we're in, whether that be you, and I actually posed the question, do we make sweethearting normal? Because it's something that is already normal, so why are we trying to achieve or strive for nuclear family structures when our goals end up in the complete opposite of it? So I think once we are able to identify the problems and identify how it fits into the society and how we as society perpetuate these things, even though we have different ideals, then maybe we could come to sort of a conclusion on how we move forward with this, or how we actually prevent it from happening if it is something that we want to prevent, or how do we accept it with open arms if this is something that we want to accept.
Unfortunately, this week's journey through the arts has come to an end. We certainly hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time for another edition of Arts and Entertainment Showcase.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, Grand Bahamas local fast ferry committing to continued service to this island. Also, holiday sales appear to be on the uptick at one local mall. And the GB Utility Company reporting 100% portability. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Jamila Missick. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news tonight, it was a celebration on the seas today as the island's only fast ferry service that provides service into Fort Lauderdale commemorated 10 years of service to Grand Bahama. Tourism officials and others joined the Balearia Caribbean team to celebrate their anniversary, and officials say they're looking forward to a greater partnership in the years to come. On December 16, 2011, the Balearia Caribbean made its first trip to Grand Bahama, departing from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The company celebrating its 10th year anniversary on board the ship in Grand Bahama. Balearia Caribbean's managing director, Mario Otero, says ever since its first voyage, they've been very committed to the destination.
It's been great. It's been 10 years. We have changed the vessel several times. We had one ferry and 5 different fast ferries. And our commitment is to continue providing the best service as possible in a high level standards and growing with you guys. And for sure, we want to grow in the Bahamas with more ferries, more connections with different islands and with Grand Bahama for sure.
General Manager at the Ministry of Tourism Grand Bahama, Stephen Johnson, says they are looking forward to a continued partnership with the Fast Ferry in the years to come.
This is what we say, this is We Ship. And this is a great way for tourists as well as Bahamians to go over to Lauderdale and shop until they drop. And so Balearia has been really good to Grand Bahamians and Bahamians in general, and we're so appreciative to see them reach a milestone of 10 years. And we hope that in 2022 we could deliver more passengers to them out of the USA market and pretty much all over the world.
Also on board for the celebration was Senator James Turner, who is applauding the company for making a difference on the island.
At a time when we have lost so much on the island, today we have a partner that has been with us 10 consecutive years, completely delivering. During the good times, they were delivering visitors to the islands. During the more difficult times with the hurricanes, with COVID, they're delivering supplies. They've always been here helping Grand Bahama. Today, to see that they are celebrating 10 years of consecutive services to the island is fantastic. But even better than that is they are looking forward to the return of what once was truly Grand Bahama Island. So just to be here to celebrate with them and to talk about what should happen with the hotels, with the ground tours, the excursions, the whole components that make tourism in Grand Bahama work. It's good to hear others now speaking about it and really stepping up, because it's easy to talk about it. But when you step up and you put your money to support it, that's really the thing that makes the difference. And Balearia, with its owner and CEO here this morning, is recommitting themselves to restoring Grand Bahama.
And as we celebrate the milestone of one ship with services into Grand Bahama, General Manager at the Ministry of Tourism, Stephen Johnson, says the island can look forward to another cruise line making its way to our shores in 2022.
Margaritaville is going to be a part of the Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line, solid brand, and we're looking forward to it because Margaritaville resorts obviously have one in Nassau, but they're all over the world. It's a good brand recognition, and so we are excited. We saw a presentation last week, and we really believe that Palm Beach market is going to be just amazing. The brand recognition coming outside of Palm Beach into Grand Bahama, we're really looking forward to it.
Now, Johnson says Margaritaville at Sea is expected to set sail to Grand Bahama before the summer season, and this announcement spells good news that the cruise ship product on Grand Bahama is growing.
Margaritaville is going to be coming into Grand Bahama around April, mid-May, and if any changes, we'll keep everybody posted. But this is a solid brand, and we are so optimistic that it's going to do well from the Palm Beach area into Grand Bahama. Our cruise to Grand Bahama is growing. We also have another line, new ship coming in, the Amsterdam. We're going to be doing a plaque presentation to them on Sunday. And this is a 2,100 passenger ship, very high end. And so we're looking forward to it. But our cruise product has picked up considerably in the Grand Bahama. And next year, 2022, is going to be even better.
Now to the airline sector, where Bahamians returning home are reportedly having challenges boarding flights out of the United States because some airlines are asking for a COVID-19 health visa as well as a COVID-19 negative test before boarding. However, it was announced last week that as of today, Monday, December 13th, the COVID-19 health travel visa will no longer be required for Bahamians. Minister of Tourism Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, responding to the issue today, in the nation's capital, noting that his ministry is aware that there are Bahamians abroad who are experiencing difficulties boarding flights. He is assuring Bahamians that they have communicated well in advance with all airlines and that all of the airlines were advised in advance, 7 days in fact, that the travel health visa was no longer necessary for Bahamians returning home. The DPM adding that the communication was done through IATA, the international agency that deals with travel and communicates officially with airlines, while noting that the ministry has been advised by some airlines that their communication process is slow. Anyone having challenges boarding a flight is asked to call the hotline numbers on the health visa website at www.travel.gov.bs. In other news, as the Yuletide season rolls in, business owners in a local shopping mall are reporting a marked increase in sales. They say they are encouraged that more residents are now shopping at home. Italia Hall picks up the story.
Christmas Day is less than a week away, and it appears as if shoppers have already begun purchasing Christmas gifts for their loved ones. Over at the Raven Mall in Freeport, traffic was pretty slow on Tuesday morning, but owner of Baja Gala, Tanisha Carey, says business has been good overall. As she says, this year, more residents are shopping at home.
Well, my hands have been very, very busy. Everybody wants to personalize because that's what I do at Baja Gala. I'm your personal designer. So a lot of persons have been really, really busy, especially for my U.S., Nassau, and Canada customers. Everybody wants to customize their earrings, their bracelets, their necklaces. So I can't complain, and it's even getting even busier. And of course, the wholesale orders are also going out.
The Soft Spot is fairly new to the Raven Mall, offering bedding sets, pillows, home decor, and more. The owner of the store says she has seen an uptick in business as well.
It's really approaching fast, and we have a lot of customers coming in and purchasing stuff, and what we have is an excellent layaway plan. So we have a lot of customers who are coming and doing their layaway plan at only 25% down. And so with the excitement, sales is excellent. I must say there's no complaints. You know, it's really going well for us.
At Digicom Electronics, owner Hensi Cameron says he's expecting more customers next week.
I think it's going to pick up more next week, and because of the downturn in the economy based on COVID and all of that. But it's picking up a little bit now.
What are people asking for?
Mostly tablets and computers because of the online schooling.
And at K-Sweet Desire, owner Karen Maycock says she has Christmas gifts for the entire family.
It was a little slow, it was a little challenging, but I think we're gonna do good, you know, within the upcoming holiday season. And it's already here, guys, so come on down. We have a lot to offer. Like I said, we have from the name brand, we have the Ray-Bans, we have the Oakleys, we have the G-Shock watches, we have every perfume that you could name. We have the aesthetic perfumes.
Now, overall, these businesses say they are optimistic about this Yuletide season following a major decrease in sales last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
I'm really encouraged because you felt it from this year, like October. So you felt persons who want to spend. And, you know, there's a silver lining with everything that's going on because a lot of persons either are frustrated with traveling or don't want to travel at all. So they're shopping at home, you know? So they're literally, they're staying home for Christmas and they're supporting small businesses like myself.
I think so far I see more and more people are coming to the mall. So I think this year is going to be better than last year.
With COVID, we really had a slow time, and it was bad for everybody. And this year it has picked up. The sale has really picked up. You know, during COVID time, with persons laid off and the persons could hardly move around to get out to shop, we saw a drop in sales. But I can say that has truly picked up this season.
Much more optimistic. Last year just did not happen. Last year is a blip on the calendar. So I've seen a lot of growth, a lot of things happening, a lot of buildings going up, people are going back to work, and I've seen the evening side of the mall.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority Limited, as the regulatory authority with responsibility for the utility sector in Grand Bahama and oversight of the Grand Bahama Utility Company Limited, has completed the necessary framework required to declare that GBUC now provides potable water to 100% of Grand Bahama residents. The water company issuing a release on this latest development. Shashina Farquharson reports.
According to the statement issued by Vice President of Building and Development Services, Nakira Wilshcombe, the Grand Bahama Utility Company has completed the necessary framework required to declare that GBUC now provides potable water. The Grand Bahama Port Authority Limited, as the regulatory authority with responsibility for following the completion of GBUC's $5 million reverse osmosis installation last month, Environmental Department of GBPA monitored the commissioning process for 30 days to ensure that the system was functioning adequately and at the specifications prescribed by the World Health Organization's for potable water. Water potability means that the water supply filtered through the RO system and being distributed in the community has been treated and tested to ensure that there is no more salt inundation and is safe for human consumption. Residents are able to safely use the water for cooking, cleaning, bathing, drinking, and more. According to the statement, now that 100% of the island has potable water, it is the regulatory responsibility to ensure that the reverse osmosis system is maintained and fully functional to consistently provide fresh water to residents. Shashina Farquharson, ZNS Network News.
Call it a community effort. Residents teaming up with civic organizations to clean up debris near the waterfront in West End this past weekend. The various groups set out early Saturday morning with one goal in mind: to give that community a much-needed facelift. Jay Philippe was there.
It was a collaborative effort to beautify the West End waterfront and surrounding areas. The partnership involved the Royal Bahamas Police Force and its cadets, the Masonic Lodges, Junior Achievers, and the West End Committee. Senior Warden Paco Deal, representing Lodge number 21, which is a Prince Hall affiliate, tells us that this initiative was absolutely needed.
If you notice along the way to West End, there's been a major cleanup that's been going on, that's been initiated by the minister. And I think the community of West End and the Save the Bays Association, along with Nebo's Lodge number 21, Prince Hall affiliated, like I said, who's based out of West End, we decided to jump on that and do a major cleanup this morning. So we just decided to partner with Save the Bays and the West End community at large. We plan to be a constant part of the community, the redevelopment, the rebeautification. As you know, the West End is basically, there are a lot of visitors in and out of West End, and unfortunately there's a lot of garbage that's disposed on the side of the roads, and of course, natural bushes. So we try do our best to keep it clean, and it encourages you clean up, it encourages the residents at large to keep the areas clean.
The Royal Bahamas Defense Force Junior Cadets, better known as Rangers, playing a major role in the cleanup efforts. Instructor for the leadership program on Grand Bahama, Darrell Jones.
Normally the Ranger program assists numerous of agencies when it comes to cleanup efforts in the island of Grand Bahama, and it hurts my heart to see the amount of trash that we came across this morning as we went through the settlement of West End. I just would hope that in future, after the cleanup is completed, that the residents here in West End could maintain what we have started here.
Superintendent Andrew Wells, officer in charge of the Western Division, believes that the cleanup campaign on the weekend can bring greater awareness to residents in West End.
And we all came together in a collaborative effort to clean up our community. We have to start with us. We cannot depend on others to come in and clean for us. We are cleaning for ourselves to create a healthier community for all. I would say that it causes people to be more aware of their environment, and seeing us do it, they can be influenced also, encouraged to also do it for themselves.
I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
The newest justices of the peace sworn in during a special ceremony at the Magistrate Court on Grand Bahama. Our Miko Knoll spoke to the JPs on this new privilege and tells us that many are grateful to receive the honor.
A noteworthy day for several persons receiving their instruments of appointment in the Magistrates Court. Number one, the newly appointed members were sworn in by Deputy Chief Magistrate Debbie Ferguson. Among them, Apostle Jacob Bean, who believes that his appointment is a door that God has opened for him, and he is thankful.
Today is a special day for me. It'll open up now that I could assist more in the community as a justice of the peace now. And even with me being an apostle at the church, there are a lot of people that has needs. And I could reach out to help them even more with legal documents and things. I give all praise and glory to God and to my wife and my mother who came to accompany me here today. But it's a blessing to be here and see the grace and the favor of God upon my life.
The communications officer at the Grand Bahama Health Services, Janine Marie Boulou, has served in the legal field for many years. She says to be sworn into the justice of the peace is a wonderful feeling. Reserved Police Officer Delvin Beckles says he is grateful.
This is, oh my God, I can't even find the words. I'm excited, I'm elated, but I'm also honored to be one of the justices of the peace of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And I believe with me being appointed as a JP today, I could do more for my community and definitely more for my country.
I am more than honored to be a part of the ceremony this morning, to be appointed Justice of the Peace. I've been very active in the community, and this is one of the things that I really, really wanted to do. I'm grateful.
Professional school counselor Shavita Campbell says it is an historic moment. She applied to become a member back in 2012 and was denied. Nearly a decade later, she was sworn in. Campbell says her only wish is that her mother was alive to celebrate with her.
Even though I would have been denied in 2012, I felt some kind of way, and I shared it with my mom then. And it's just unfortunate now that I'm not able to share it with her now. As I continue to make my contribution to my country and yet my society, my immediate society, which is Freeport, Grand Bahama, I want to have the capacity to do more than the limited give advice, but be also able to ensure and scrutinize and realize what documents that we are putting out there to help families in need.
Congratulations to the newly appointed Justice of the Peace members. Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. We'll be back right after this break.
This and every holiday season, everybody heads to Dolly Madison. Even Santa. Gifts, gifts, gifts for everyone. Dolly Madison is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday to Saturday.
Come on down now.
Hi, I'm Wes. I like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
Hey, Rudolph, Santa has the hottest Christmas gifts over at H&L School Supplies. Games, toys, educational books, and so much more. Hurry over to H&L School Supplies number 2 Arcade Building, open late on Christmas Eve.
Holidays from the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
The king of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Christmas celebrations launched in East Grand's Bahama with the 2nd annual Dovetail Christmas giveaway in the settlement of High Rock. Residents from as far as Sweetings Key were invited to take part in the drive-through Christmas giveaway and Family Fun Day. Jay Philippe has more.
The 2nd annual Dovetail Christmas giveaway taking place in the settlement of High Rock, East Grand Bahama. Adults and children from as far as Sweetings Key were invited to take part in the drive-through Christmas giveaway and Family Fun Day. It was a joint partnership between Dovetail Construction, which is a local construction company in Grand Bahama, other civic organizations, and the Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, the Honorable Kwesi Thompson. Organizer of the giveaway, Leland Lang, along with Willis Ingram, CEO of Dovetail Construction, shared the importance of giving back to children in the community of East End.
One of the things that me and the CEO wanted to do was make sure we bring some joy to the kids, to lift their spirits. Because like I said, up here in East, we've been through a lot. And so to do this a second year, it feels good. It feels awesome to be able to bring some joy to the kids out here.
Giving back to the kids was always in my heart. And I understand the level of giving back, that when you give back, that you feel much better than receiving. So we find that ourselves, we came together, myself and Lena Lang, that what we can do for the community, or the kids in the community, what is the future of the Bahamas and this community also, Grand Bahama at large.
One of the civic organizations that supported the drive-through giveaway was the Rotary Club of Lucaya, in addition to the Rotary Disaster Committee for the island of Grand Bahama.
There's a lot of people still in need, so our goal as Rotarians, being community-minded, is to ensure that we bring some sort of relief to the people, particularly here in the community of High Rock.
The administrator for East Grand Bahama, Gregory Knowles, commending the organizers and partners executing the Christmas giveaway that attracted more than 100 youngsters.
Children look forward to this time of the year where they can come together and have some fun, offer some toys, and advertisement, nothing like the hamburgers and hot dogs.
Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, the Honorable Kwesi Thompson, was also on hand for the giveaway.
This has been a very difficult year for East End, but a very difficult year for all of us in Grand Bahama and in the Bahamas. And so for us to be able to give back to the community, that's the important thing. And that's really what the Christmas season is about. It's about not just what we can do, but it's also about what we can give. And so today we are giving.
I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
Let's go to the west. It was the first ever Christmas tree lighting ceremony held in the Pinedale community this past Sunday under the theme Stronger Together. Residents gathered on the community park to sing, dance, and give thanks and praise to God. Committee chairperson Shalane Hall says it was a community effort and it is their hope to make the event an annual one.
We have made history in the community of Pinedale. For it has been a long time coming, and as we canvass the area and ask the concerns of the person and what would they like to see to happen during this Christmas event, we have had ones that decided they would like to have a Christmas tree lighting.
Now, there was also a tree decorated with photos in memory of those lives lost in the community throughout the years. Meantime, former Grand Bahama Junkanoo Committee member and creator of Feel the Rush and Just Rush Junkanoo parades, Peter Adderley, issuing a statement on the death of Wellington Moultrie. He says Moultrie has had a long battle with illness, which he fought bravely, adding that his contribution at the helm of Junkanoo in Grants, Bahamas was immeasurable. Adderley says Moultrie made parades possible by way of his keen preparation and meticulous skills. He was passionate about Bahamian culture and truly loved Junkanooers. The statement adds that without the support of Wellington Moultrie, the two largest off-season Junkanoo parades ever in the Bahamas would not have been possible. Adderley concluding by extending heartfelt condolences to Moultrie's family and friends. And now it is time for a check on sports with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports. Athletes from Grand Bahama continuing to shine on the international stage. We have an update from a few of those athletes. In college basketball, senior guard Edril Martinborough had perhaps his best game in the college ranks in a close loss to Mid-Nazarene University, 72-76. Martinborough had a 30-point performance to wipe out a 16-point second-half deficit with a 21-4 score and run. Martinborough accounted for 10 of his team's 21 points during that spurt.
I was sick 2 games before, and so I had a couple bad games playing, and I went 0 for 8 shooting, and so preparation and execution. The night before, I shot for about 2 hours trying to sweat out the sickness that I had. And so coming into that Mid-America game, I just asked God that He allow me to play the best of my abilities and to execute the work that I put in before the night before. As far as the team standpoint, coming into these conference games, we're actually first in the conference, so we come in with high confidence, and we know what we're capable of. As far as personal goals, I just expect to be a leader for the team, I expect to be a scorer, facilitator, and play the best defense out there every night.
Up next, his team will take on Baker University. Now in college football, senior wideout Prince Strawn has made a name for himself playing in his senior year at John Carroll High School in the state of Florida. The 6'5" speedster has gained multiple college offers ranging from Division I to Division II schools. Strawn recently visited Boise State University, who plays in the Mountain West Conference, as one of his official college visits. Now Prince Strawn is the younger brother of Michael Strawn, who was drafted this year by the Indianapolis Colts. And that's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new, fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
There's no reason to skip holiday traditions this year once you know the facts about COVID-19 vaccines. These vaccines are safe and effective at preventing severe illness, hospitalization, and death. They've been placed through rigorous clinical trials and are used in countries throughout the world. Data confirms that vaccines can also provide protection against variants of the virus, including the Delta strain. COVID-19 vaccines help to protect you by teaching your body how to fight the virus. Without the vaccine, you and your family may be at risk of serious lifelong complications from a COVID-19 infection. By being vaccinated, you can remove regret and fear that someone you love will be impacted or die from COVID-19.
Merry Christmas to you.
Persons wishing to be vaccinated should visit the website vax.gov.bs. The Ministry of Health and Wellness also encourages persons to pay attention to announcements on when a pop-up vaccination center will be hosted near you. This message is brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority. The Public Hospitals Authority, working together for best quality healthcare.
What's up, Bahamas? It's your boy DJ Future, that DJ that plays the music that you love, and I want to say season's greetings to you and yours, all right? DJ Future.
#1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Mitri Smith, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We appreciate your support. And we want to say a special happy birthday to Lady Frederica Martinborough, Natalie's mom. We hope you are having a fantastic day. That's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team, I'm Jamila Mizik. Thank you so much for joining us. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, the carnival still hoping to get the green light to operate, travel health visa woes, Princess Margaret Hospital security called in, and the Bahamas Bowl teams arrive in paradise. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC's Superfast Extreme Internet Bundle. Make Christmas sparkle. Sign up today.
Good evening. I'm Jiminita Swain. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks so much for tuning in. Denial may not have been the end of the road for the Christmas Carnival as health officials take a second look at operations. Cleopatra Murphy has the details on that.
Organizers of the Christmas Carnival have been invited to resubmit their application to operate after initially being denied. Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, says the Emergency Operations Center will hold another meeting Wednesday when a decision will be made. As for whether the Christmas Carnival can be staged safely, he admits managing human behavior can present a task.
Some of the protocols that are in there require aggressive, on-the-ground monitoring. The Ministry of Health is not responsible for enforcing the rules. We are responsible for creating the rules, and it is the Ministry of National Security who is actually responsible. So with that being said, when the EOC approve an event, the event is based on the fact that certain regulations and rules can be maintained. And sometimes we do see things come back that is questionable, but at the end of the day, we have an economy to run and we must be able to allow some things to happen.
The Christmas Carnival has been wrapped in controversy since a carnival operator told a media house they received permission to operate from Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, with plans to open last Friday. Its acclaimed press secretary in the office of the Prime Minister, Clint Watson, vehemently denied, calling it absolute nonsense. In the Senate Monday, Opposition Senator Maxine Seymour called government out for confusion over approval for the event, tabling a purported letter to the Progressive Liberal Party from the Ministry of Finance, allegedly giving permission to import equipment for the event, one Darville says he had no prior knowledge of.
I have no response to the document being tabled because the senator have a right to say what she want to say. I could speak specifically as the Minister of Health and what my job is. My job, based on our committee, is to look objectively at every event and make a determination of whether the event is safe and Bahamian people can be protected.
Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Munro, says for enforcement purposes, his ministry is examining whether the carnival needs the EOC's permission to operate, while mindful of the need to follow COVID-19 protocols.
I have asked for the legal section of my ministry to come up with a preliminary position as to what is required. Once they do that, I will forward that to the Office of the Attorney General. I may have my views of the law being a lawyer, but I don't advise myself.
Of those comments, the Minister of Health says their jobs are different.
The legal aspect of it, the minister can comment on that, but we're left with a job, and the job is to look objectively at events that are in the country and to determine whether the events have the potential of becoming a super spreader event. And if we think it is becoming a potential of becoming a super spreader event, it is for us to ensure that the person who is responsible for the event put the necessary protocols in place. And if we're unsatisfied that they can do it, the EOC usually rule against it.
Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Leader of the Free National Movement, Michael Pintard, also speaking out on the holiday carnival. When asked the FNM's position on whether the carnival should be allowed to operate or leave the country, Pintard responded this way.
We are trusting the science. If the COVID team and the consultants and staff of the Ministry of Health have made a determination that it is unsafe for the Bahamian people, we are going to err on the side of caution. I mean, it's one of the simpler things to do is look at best practices internationally, or where this and other carnivals have operated. Have they been able to satisfy protocols, following the rules and the science, and then make a determination from there. We just believe, as a rule, we ought to follow the advice of the experts.
In a matter of hours, a decision is expected on whether the carnival will receive approval to operate from the Health Committee. Pan American Health Organization Country Representative Dr. Eldona Bosson was asked to share any concerns around large events similar to the carnival. She says all events need to take the public health measures into consideration.
You want to be able to physical distance so that the virus cannot move from one person to the next. This is why we want to avoid crowding, so you can physical distance. You want to wear a mask so that should the virus reach to you, your nose and mouth are protected. You also want to be vaccinated so that you have a reduced risk of getting the virus. And so all those measures, not just one, all of those measures together need to be taken.
You can rule out adding another holiday to your Christmas itinerary. Press Secretary Clint Watson confirming this afternoon that Cabinet has decided that December 28th will not be observed as a holiday, but rather only Monday, December 27th. Cabinet took the matter under consideration following concerns from some that both the Christmas and the Boxing Day holidays fall on the weekend. In other news, a significant number of Bahamians apparently having challenges with boarding their flights since the elimination of the travel health visa requirement. But Minister of Tourism, Aviation and Investments, the Honorable Chester Cooper, says airlines were all notified of the changes 7 days in advance by the International Air Transport Association. He called on residents encountering trouble to reach out to the Ministry of Tourism for them to intervene, adding that those most impacted are in faraway locations without direct service to the Bahamas.
The communication was done through IATA, the international agency that deals with travel and communicates officially with airlines. And we have notified all of our local partners, the heads of all of the local airlines. Anyone who is having an issue boarding a flight can call the travel visa number on the Ministry of Tourism site, the typical site where you would have applied. There is a hotline number, and we will ensure that we manage the queries and speak immediately with any airline where there is an infraction.
Cooper says IATA has confirmed that all systems have been updated, and if travelers are having issues, it's solely human error. He also addressed former Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Hubert Minnis's criticism that removing the travel health visa requirement was a mistake.
I think the former Prime Minister should enjoy his retirement, quite frankly. I think we are making decisions that are in the best interest of the Bahamian people. We promised the Bahamian people that we would remove the travel visa. Bahamian people, our constituents, indicated to us that it was a nuisance. We are comfortable that the Ministry of Health is putting in place and have done a significant amount already to conduct contact tracing. They've beefed it up in terms of their procedures.
Now to safety concerns involving health facilities, Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Munro, says security at the Princess Margaret Hospital is the responsibility of the Public Hospitals Authority. His comments come following a knife fight involving 3 men at the Princess Margaret Hospital over the weekend that has prompted President of the Bahamas Nurses Union, Amantia Williams, to call for beefed up security across the health sector. Monroe says he's met with the Trade Union Congress, including Williams.
We have a static defense force guard at the Princess Margaret Hospital where that event took place. And so that should tell you, even if you have a static guard, that's not a guarantee that people won't act unlawfully. In terms of manpower to put static guards at every clinic, that is something that is not anticipated at the moment. The Public Hospital Authority has the responsibility for ensuring security at its facility. The Princess Margaret Hospital static guard is for when persons come in who are the victim of gunshots and that type of thing, where you could suspect that there may be people following on after to have an armed response to that.
In news from the crime report, a juvenile injured by authorities in a police-involved shooting. The incident unfolding just before 1 this morning on Mermaid Boulevard, that's in Golden Gates. According to the official police report, officers were on routine patrol in that area when they saw a silver Mercedes Jeep that aroused their suspicions. Officers beckoned for the driver to stop, but he refused. This led police on a chase that ended on Cox Way. We understand that officers approached the vehicle from behind. The driver was told to exit the Jeep. Instead, police noticed that the vehicle was reversing in their direction. In fear of their lives, officers fired their service weapons in the direction of the vehicle, and it then stopped. An inspection of the vehicle revealed a juvenile male suffering from gunshot injuries to the hip. He was taken to the hospital where, at last report, he was listed in stable condition. Long lines and, in some cases, an even longer wait time at customers at the Road Traffic Department. This as the emergency orders have since expired and the 30-day grace period for the licensing of vehicles has now come to an end. The result? A rush of last-minute licensees who have poured into the registration departments to ensure that they aren't caught slipping. The wait today for some met with mixed reviews.
The worst service ever. The lines, folks can't go inside. Folks gotta wait out in the sun. The service is actually long. I've been out here from 8:50.
I could say the improvement here today was real better than, I'll say, previous times.
Well, everyone must understand that, the process has to be filtered. They have to make sure that when they actually trying to get someone documents sorted out, they want to make sure that everything is correct.
Still to come, a number of University of the Bahamas students getting an early Christmas present.
And remember to tune in to the morning edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, at 6:30 and the National Report live at 7 p.m. All right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Shell Holiday Extravaganza.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Spreading Christmas cheer
to everybody whether far or near.
Move to the rhythm of Christmas round.
Did you hear that? Is it Santa?
Bring home BTC's Superfast Extreme Internet Bundle for only $99.99 with 157 channels and 150 megabits of speed per second, and your home will be blazing all year long. This Christmas, make it BTC. It's the better choice for you and me.
Move to the rhythm of Christmas. Move to the rhythm of BTC.
Last year, we couldn't celebrate Christmas as we wanted to. So for this year, we had everything planned. 100,000 watts of lights, 10-foot tall tree, Best table ever. Custom t-shirts, DJ, and we also had Uncle Billy, who forgot the KFC buckets in the car with the keys inside.
Get back!
With KFC Junkanoo buckets, you can enjoy the holiday season this year no matter what. Savor this Christmas with Junkanoo buckets only at KFC Nassau.
Christmas wishes still come true with a little help from Bank of the Bahamas. Deck the halls this Christmas with the lowest consumer loan rates in the Bahamas. Celebrate and save money by switching to a BOB mortgage or consolidate debt to lower your monthly payments. And for the grown-up kids, BOB offers great rates and terms to make your dream car affordable. Celebrate and save this Christmas with BOB, your bank of solutions.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
The death toll climbing following a gas tanker explosion in Cape Haitian, Haiti last night. The incident also leaving many homeless. According to reports, a fuel tanker exploded after it had stopped due to mechanical issues and began leaking gas. We understand that people gathered to collect fuel from directly from the truck when the explosion occurred. Haitian officials have declared 3 days of mourning in wake of the tragedy. Foreign affairs officials say that no Bahamian diplomats are in Haiti at this time after being recalled following the uptick in violent attacks. There's also no word of other Bahamians being impacted. Well, the country's COVID count inching closer to 23,000 following another 19 new infections, 15 of them on New Providence, 3 on Grand Bahama, and 1 on Long Island. 10 of the New Providence residents showed a history of travel within 14 days. The latest dashboard also showing 14 hospitalizations, 2 of the sick on the intensive care unit. 1 person recovered from COVID on December 12. The same day, 514 RT-PCR tests were completed, 3 of them repeats, another one returning inconclusive results. Also making news tonight, a project created to assess and address the nation's healthcare infrastructure and resiliency in the face of climate change. The Ministry of Health collaborating with several government agencies and key regional bodies to strengthen our national organizations with human resources and technical knowledge to prepare, coordinate, and respond to climate change and health matters. The country's acting Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Philip Swan, addressing members of the press this morning via Zoom.
The Developing a Climate Resilient Health System in the Bahamas project is a team effort between the government of the Bahamas and the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, the 5 Cs. The organizations in the Bahamas identified to execute the projects are the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the Ministry of the Environment and Natural Resources. This duet of ministries formed the National Designated Authority, the NDA. The Green Climate Fund is a primary source of funding for this project.
Dr. Swan says the project is birthed out of the Caribbean's response to climate change, but adds that Hurricane Dorian and now COVID-19 exposed many deficiencies in the health system infrastructure, both from a technological and physical standpoint, impacting health services to the public.
It calls for 2 main actions. The first action is to explore what is meant by and how the Bahamas will incorporate the idea of climate-smart health through the creation of policies and systems that promote climate-resilient healthcare. The second action is to enhance the effectiveness and alignment of surveillance systems that provide information on matters that impact the public's health. This includes the strengthening of communication mechanisms across governmental, private, and civil society agencies, and building human capacity, as well as improving on technical and physical infrastructures to collectively and efficiently mitigate and respond to climate change effects. For a national health and environmental surveillance system to improve, there needs to be an assessment of existing systems against the ideal to identify gaps. It is anticipated that during this exercise, there will be a shift from paper-based to an electronic-based system that will improve the accuracy and efficiency of communications, data analysis, and responsiveness. It is further anticipated that this system, once implemented, will require significant human and technological capital.
Earlier this year, the University of the Bahamas put out a call to students challenged by the pandemic. And today, out of a horde of respondees, 40 were presented with the tools they needed to make their educational experience a little easier. Anthony Smith has more.
These 15 by 12 boxes may appear little in size, but to 40 University of the Bahamas students, they mean quite a lot.
Quizzes closing out because the laptop not having enough space and stuff like that. So, I think a new laptop would help.
Missed classes and missed quizzes now a thing of the past, thanks to the work of Custom Computers and Deloitte, two corporate partners who look at UB and see the bright minds who study there.
And so it's critical for us in terms of being able to get access to the best talent to make sure that UB is set up and our students at UB are able to perform as well as they can.
We were definitely a big supporter for education, so we definitely wanted to support again. And we worked tirelessly with the vendors.
The COVID-19 pandemic forcing many institutions to move to virtual platforms, a transition which for many students hasn't been easy. Coupled with those who lost their jobs and limited access to devices, the donation couldn't have come at a better time.
I'm also a mom, and my kids also was on devices, so it was a hassle with shuffling with one laptop in between me, myself, and my kids. So I was like, okay. When I saw the email asking students if you're in need, I was like, okay, this is my chance, and I could finally focus because this semester was a struggle.
So far, a little over 100 laptops have been donated to UB students this year, thanks to the efforts of generous sponsors. But to their team, that's 100 laptops down and many more to go.
The need is great. We had 700 students apply. And so today and tomorrow we're going to be spreading Christmas cheer, but the giving can still continue. And we encourage anybody, if you can reach into your pocket, Corporate Bahamas, please come out, support us, reach out to us. Any donation of any amount will make a difference.
Anthony Smith, ZNS Network News.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Hello, my name is Joan Evans. I am the Chief Financial Officer for Abundant Life Bible Church. One of my responsibilities is to ensure that the men and women who work in service to the ministry receive their monthly wages and that their NIB contributions are paid on time each month so that their NIB benefits are available when they need it. During the COVID-19 pandemic, when everything was shut down, the NIB Employer Self-Service Portal enabled me to make payments from anywhere. I didn't need to be in office or visit NIB, which I find physically challenging anyway. We got notice when NIB's ESS portal started, but we never registered to use it until March 2020, when COVID-19 protocols forced our hand. It was convenient and our payments were instantly credited to our NIB account. I still use it, even though I'm back in the sanctuary office. You should sign up today at ess@nib-bahamas.com.
When you wanna save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you wanna look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
My name is Edwin Fountain. I'm the Assistant Port Facility Security Officer at Nassau Cruise Port. For a very long time, the Bahamian people have worked and contributed to the tourism industry in the Bahamas. It's our time to own a part of the industry. This investment fund is not a Nassau project, it is a Bahamian project. And each Bahamian should take advantage of investing and owning a part of what is fundamentally ours.
COVID-19 attacked our personal and national psyche. We fought back. We adjusted our consciousness so that we could wrap our minds around the impossible and unbelievable things we were going through. But guess what? Nobody escaped. That means there was nobody who was too pretty, too cute, too important, too holy, or too rich to escape the mental trauma and battering of COVID-19. We can allow COVID-19 to destroy us or defeat us, or we can make a decision right now to act in a manner that supports wellness for ourselves and for the nation. So let's act to restore and sustain our personal sense of well-being and our national mental health status. We're all involved. It's that important.
Having a policy with Bahama Health is more than just health insurance. It's about feeling good knowing that your health and wellness is covered. It's about the confidence you feel knowing that your card is accepted by over 50 pharmacies and 400 local doctors. It's about peace of mind, knowing that when you travel, you have comprehensive coverage and our overseas partner is just a phone call away. It's about the security you feel, knowing that you're an important part of the family.
Join the family.
Thanks for staying with us. A red carpet welcome for the Lady of Honor tomorrow. A motorcade will be held for Miss Bahamas Universe Chantal O'Brien as she touches down after making history at the Miss Universe pageant in Israel. A motorcade leaves the airport and heads downtown Nassau to Fox Hill and Camp Road, then on to East Street, then Baines and Grantstown, ending at Fusion Superplex. Residents are asked to show Miss Universe some love and support tomorrow. Her arrival will also be carried live on the ZNS network. Well, our Amajal Knowles caught up with the Lady of Honor today to hear what she had to say about her historic strides.
She made history over the weekend, becoming the first Bahamian in 70 years to make the final 10 in the Miss Universe pageant. Chantal O'Brien dazzled the audience and judges with a mesmerizing smile and breathtaking charm, capturing the Carnival Spirit Award for philanthropic work. We recently caught up with the 27-year-old beauty on how it feels to represent the country on a global platform.
It's exhilarating. I mean, you would have been competing with so many incredible women with such great backgrounds from around the world, and I mean, I feel like we were all deserving, but for the judges to kind of see something more inside of you, that's a big deal. Yeah, that's a big deal. So I feel very accomplished, and though I would have loved to advance further, I think that purpose is the most important thing, and so I don't think I was denied anything. If anything at all, I think that I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
O'Brien's story is one of perseverance, having placed first and second runner-up in numerous competitions before finally breaking through.
I would have competed quite a number of times, and that's not a norm in the Bahamas because we're not a pageant-cultured country, but around the world, that's normal. You know, you would see contestants who might compete and they end up with a runner-up position or maybe no placement at all, and they return stronger than ever with more preparation, and that's invited, that's welcomed in other countries. But for us, that's kind of like, just, you know, we don't see chasing the dream within that, you know, field as valuable. And so even without me knowing how common it was in other countries, I just knew that I was focused on what God had already placed inside of me. I knew the passion wasn't there just to be there. I knew it needed to be exercised and executed.
and the Queen reflects on the opportunity to connect with persons from all over the world.
Connecting with so many people from around the world, and you are immersing yourself into a culture that you'd really just read about, you know what I mean? Or maybe you would have your own kind of preliminary idea of what they do there, or, you know, what their hospitality is like. And so for me, it was exciting, it was thrilling. Every day was just something new, and that made me feel just really empowered. And so having a platform like that, you know, it's no better feeling than to use it for good.
For ZNS Network News, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Hearty congratulations, best wishes, and highest regards to Miss Bahamas Universe on receiving the Spirit of Carnival Award at the pageant in Israel. Congratulations coming in from the Prime Minister's wife, Anne-Marie Davis, who called the beauty queen an inspiration to a generation of Bahamians, not only for her beauty, elegance, and poise, but for her intellect and value system. According to Mrs. Davis, her commitment to youth development and leadership through the education and mentorship of marginalized youth not only stands as the gold standard in Bahamian exceptionalism, but is the embodiment of the corporate spirit of Carnival Cruise Lines. She said, like Carnival, the Office of the Spouse looks forward to supporting the beauty queen and her initiatives at home as they work together to build and strengthen the next generation of leaders. The weather is changing, and what better treat this holiday than a cup of hot cocoa? Crystal Darling gives us some recipe ideas for that favorite cup.
Nothing hits the spot like a cup of hot chocolate during the holidays, so let's make some. It's a popular holiday beverage with an incredibly rich history dating back some 3,500 years ago to ancient Mayan civilizations. And the simplicity of today's hot chocolate recipe makes it perfect for whipping up with family, friends, or even kids. Owner of Cafe Channing Noel, Loretta Thomas, says that they're always excited to roll out their Christmas drink specials, especially the Sleigh Ride, Belgian hot chocolate.
We have some traditions. And some of those traditions are meeting with family, celebrating and fellowship with family and friends. People are cheerful, they want to share, they're expressing their love for their fellow man. They sit and have a coffee beverage or hot chocolate beverage, or one of our famous ones is called the Sleigh Ride.
And barista Victor Adderley tells us what is in the perfect cup of hot chocolate.
So there's a lot of different variations, but I would say the perfect hot chocolate is the right balance of mocha, vanilla, and your choice of milk. Whole milk, we use whipped cream, and also we have a specialty sauce that we put on it. It's really good.
And it's quite simple to make. For 3 cups worth, use 8 ounces of chopped chocolate, melted, a quart of milk, a pinch of salt, and a half teaspoon of ground cinnamon. You can top it off with your choice of chocolate syrup, cinnamon, whipped cream, marshmallows, sprinkles, or candy cane.
It's also known as a specialty crafted beverage. So it's more to the personal taste. So some persons might not like their chocolate as rich and creamy or dark. And there's also another one, it's a white chocolate. So you also have the option of a white chocolate or a dark chocolate. So the size of the cup will determine how much chocolate you will add to your cup.
Thomas says that they are looking forward to celebrating the season with their specialty drinks.
We are in service to our community. And living in a Christian nation, of course, Christmas is very important to us.
Crystal Darling, ZNS Network News.
They've been entertaining the country for nearly 3 decades and don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Legendary local Junkanoo group Sting debuting their latest musical release last night, marking the 21st consecutive year they have done this, joined by fans and supporters at the farm over on Faith Avenue. Group member Gary Super Johnson tells us more.
21st release of our song for 21 consecutive years, and during the pandemic there's no Junkanoo, so we found it fitting to come out tonight and just do a song release for the year 2021. It's been a hard and trying year, but Sting this is what we do, man. So we just want to show the Bahamas, show the world that we still there, we still live and kicking.
And Andrew Pender on the group's longevity.
No, we've been producing songs for the last 21 years consecutively. A lot of people know Tip, 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 and the numerous songs that we have done. We have had D-Mac, the renowned D-Mac, actually putting together this song for us this year. It's just it's a treat for everyone to I don't want to talk too much about it, so that people will be able to actually enjoy what we put forth. Sting is a small group, but we're here really for the community and persons. Sting, as the acronyms always say, striving to get in national growth.
As we head to the break, we'd like to thank all of our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate.
The Bahamas Red Cross Society has built a reputation as this country's leading humanitarian aid organization. Whenever a problem arises, no matter scale or scope, this organization is there to render assistance. But it relies heavily on your support. And so BTC thought it fitting that we be there to support the Bahamas Red Cross Society.
Every month, we give out monthly food parcels to those individuals who may be able to cook for themselves, but their income does not allow them to have food and able to cook. On a daily basis, we have what is called our Meals on Wheels program. We go into communities where people may be differently abled and not even have the strength on a daily basis to cook a hot meal. So we do that throughout the week. I will tell you, we are always grateful for corporate citizens as such as you who think about us. We know that the challenges with the economics may be a challenge to you too, but we are grateful that BTC, who has been sponsoring us for a very long time and who has always stepped up to assist us in times of need or just when they think about us. We are grateful that you are able to remember us and to provide us with a donation. So this makes us really grateful.
It's a spirit of giving that's brought us from BTC here to the Bahamas Red Cross Society to lend some help. We encourage you to do your small part because a little of that goes a long way. These are still the moments that move us. I'm Corbell Pfeiffer. Be well and be back here next. BTC Connection.
Buy Chef Boyardee, Libby's, and a 3-pack of Act 2 popcorn. And you can win one of 6 cash prizes right in time for the new year. Take your receipt to Ace H Pritchard Limited on Robinson Road and enter today.
Helping out each other, family and everybody. It's a simple act of kindness with you, me, and RBC.
RBC wants to spread acts of kindness during this festive season. One simple act of kindness for our friends, co-workers, and communities can cause the brightest smile. Help a stranger, give a food basket, or call an elderly person. Share your stories at rbc.com/acts of kindness.
Acts of kindness, RBC.
Don't miss the Shell Holiday Extravaganza for a chance to win over $40,000 in amazing prizes. It's easy to win. Fuel up with $20 gas at any Shell service station. Complete the entry form on your receipt. Take a picture of it and WhatsApp it to 422-0271 or upload it at winwithshellbahamas.com for a chance to win cash, staycations, grocery vouchers, Jumbo gift certificates, free fuel, and so much more. Conditions apply. Happy holidays from Shell.
The Ministry of Health keeping a close eye on the elusive COVID-19 virus. The Minister of Health and his delegation distributing some 400 Pfizer COVID vaccines to San Salvador and Andros communities over the weekend. The vaccines will be used as boosters for persons hoping to protect themselves against the COVID-19 virus. Desmond Sanders has more.
For 53-year-old San Salvador resident Andrea Turnquest, the decision to take the COVID-19 booster is a no-brainer.
I'm not scared. From the vaccine came out, I took it, the first shot in April, and then I got my second one in June. I was saying, I was going to wait, but I said no.
Turnquest will join scores of residents this week who will be getting the additional jab. The Ministry of Health now making the COVID boosters available to residents as a shield against the ongoing COVID-19 virus.
We have Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer in stock, and we're ready to go. We're not going to be following the restrictions as Nassau, the 60 and over. Because we have a smaller population, we can just start with whoever signs up, and we're good to go. So they can go online and register. If they're having problems with that, they can just give us a call at the clinic and we'll walk them through it.
The booster shots of the COVID-19 vaccine now available to people over 60. The second phase of the booster vaccination drive will include healthcare providers, frontline workers, and uniformed branch personnel, followed by all eligible citizens and residents over 18. The Minister of Health and Wellness and his delegation visited the San Salvador Community Clinic over the weekend.
Surprised at what I found. The clinic is well kept. We have a good system for triage and for COVID protocols. The doctor is fully informed with the cases as it relates to San Salvador. And what I was really surprised was about 75% of the population is presently vaccinated. Many people are lined up now for the booster shots, and so the nurses are getting prepared for that. As you see, some of the people here out front are waiting to be vaccinated, and they're quite pleased with the flow of the clinics.
Desmond Saunders, ZNS Network News.
It's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Jiminita. Outside of our studios, we are under mostly cloudy skies with some recent light rains. The temperature at 75 degrees. Relative humidity, 88%. We have easterly winds at 13 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,022.1 millibars. That's 30.18 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 75s in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green, Turtle Key, and Marsh Harbor, Abaco, the Berry Islands at 78, Alisan, Bimini, also 78 degrees, 77 in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 78, also Black Point, Exuma, Kemp, Space at Andros, and Fresh Creek and Central Andros, all reporting 78 degrees. Otterstown, Cat Island, 79, San Salvador, Rumkey, and Georgetown, Exuma, 79 is there as well, 79 in Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, and Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Megawana, 81, Acklands, 81, Matitani, Nagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands, also at 81 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Seller in the northwestern islands tonight. Easterly winds. Their speeds, they're going to be around 12 to 18 knots, and the wave heights 3 to 6 feet with a bonded child. Low tide, 10:44 tonight in the central and southeastern islands. Caution flags are up. Easterly winds at 15 to 20 knots, and the wave heights 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. Now, as we take you into Wednesday through Thursday, the winds are going to be out of the east in the northwest Bahamas, increasing to 15 to 20 knots, wave heights building 4 to 6 feet. Low tide on Wednesday and Thursday will take place around 11:32 in the morning with a high tide at 5:18 in the afternoon for the central and southeastern islands. Wednesday through Thursday, easterly winds, very strong winds, 15 to 25 knots, and rough seas at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean. So we will put that caution flag. That will be a bump up to an advisory for boaters in the central and southeast Bahamas. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
My name is Edwin Fountain. I'm the Assistant Port Facility Security Officer at Nassau Cruise Port. For a very long time, the Bahamian people have worked and contributed to the tourism industry in the Bahamas. It's our time to own a part of the industry. This investment fund is not a Nassau project, it is a Bahamian project. And each Bahamian should take advantage of investing and owning a part of what is fundamentally ours.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
It was the night before Christmas. In a sailboat with a rope but no tow, a girl found a magical starfish on the shores of Abaco. On Grand Bahama is where she landed, where she was led to a hibiscus enchanted. In Andros, under the moonlight, she found a golden pine cone that glowed so bright. On to Nassau, where the cool breeze blew. The brightest feather was given from practice for Junkanoo. Onto the islands Exuma, Cat Island, Long Island, and Inagua. She traveled to every island, rock, and key, till it was time to come home and unlock the mystery that although each island is different, we are all one. So she fulfilled her dream to light up Christmas for everyone. Dream big this Christmas. We are alive.
Buy Chef Boyardee, Libby's, and a 3-pack of Act 2 popcorn. And you can win one of 6 cash prizes right in time for the new year. Take your receipt to Ace H Pritchard Limited on Robinson Road and enter today.
Congratulations, you've won. Please go inside for your reward.
What I win?
1 out of 100 daily fuel rewards for a month. Please go inside to collect your reward.
That's like 3,000 people. But I don't ever win. Now I know you won't swing me.
So I ain't gonna say it no more. You don't want your things, eh? Quay, that's you?
No, about English.
Yes! Wait, I just win!
Enjoy more holiday rewards at Rubis. Fuel, swipe, and win.
This portion of the news brought to you by Genuine Care, keeping you home while you're away. This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to sports, everyone. We are days away from the 2021 Bahamas Bowl, and the teams that are set to do battle have finally touched down in paradise as the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders and Toledo Rockets made their way off their buses and settled into the Atlantis Resort. We caught up with the head man in charge at Toledo and what he expects this week and being back in the Bahamas.
Obviously, practice this morning up early, and but man, what an adventure to get here, and you know what a great experience to have to finish up your season. So looking forward to a great week here at the Atlantis, and hospitality obviously is first class as always, and you know the greeting was first class, and we look forward to a great week. The game to us is a reward for a great season, you know, and we had a good season. This is a time to come down and, you know, finish the season off the right way. We've got 13 seniors we want to send out the right way here with a victory. But if you can have that experience and yet have a little bit of fun doing it, you know, that's obviously the main goal. And, you know, to be able to do that at a place like this is obviously first class.
as this is the second trip for Coach Kendall, as well as senior safety Nate Bauer. They say this time around they're trying to do things a bit differently.
I promised myself I'd find my toes in the water at least once this time. Last time we didn't. We weren't able to do that. I wasn't able to do that, but we came up 3 points short. So maybe I'll get in that down that water slide and get into that ocean a little bit and get into that sand, and maybe we'll turn out a little different.
Yeah, no, I was talking to some of the younger guys on the way here, and we were just talking about stories and stuff, talking about places to go, places to eat. And, yeah, I gave them some advice on where to go and stuff like that. I did a lot. I'd like to get on some jet skis this time, for sure. But, you know, the one slide that goes real fast, like straight down, I'm going to get back on that. I got to get on the slide with the sharks, too. Got to get on that one. So that's the one.
Potential good news for Bahamian track fans after being canceled by the previous administration. Sports Minister the Honorable Mario Bolag revealing in a recent press conference that seeing the IAAF World Relays return to the Bahamas is a top priority item on his agenda.
This administration intends to seek to hold the IAAF Relays. I intend that truly we have already stated that off the intent of the request. We will be waiting on the response from the World Athletics, and once they respond and do what they have to do, remember that's a bidding process. The bidding will be sent out to all countries. When that time comes, we will then make an offer on the pitch. We will have to go and meet with them and tell them why it should be heavier. So we are in competition with other countries, but it's our intent to do whatever it takes to get it.
While he's set to lead his team into battle on Saturday in an attempt to retain his crown as the Don't Blink Home Run Derby team champion, Lucius Fox is coming off an impressive season of his own that saw him achieve a significant milestone, being called up to the majors for the first time.
I spoke to my parents, and they were super excited. You know, they've been along with me for this journey since day one, you know, and just to show them that our hard work together paid off was special, and looking forward to them actually being able to come to a game and watching me play live in the major leagues and just seeing it for themselves and feeling the energy is going to be amazing. But it was a great year, you know, battled some injuries, there's ups and downs with throughout the year, but injuries are a part of the game, and, you know, you just got to find a way to stay on the field, you know, make sure your body is able to play every single day and be available for your team and do your best to help your team win. Hopefully this year I can I'm on a new team now. I'm with the Washington Nationals. I look forward to turning that around and, you know, bringing our World Series back to D.C.
And that's been a look at sports. Check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Michael, let me borrow your car, please.
Don, I tell you I have to get my car license.
How long I can take, man? Let's go there now.
Why you need my car so bad?
It's an old schoolmate, man. She'll meet up for lunch.
Well, I hope she's taking you somewhere nice, because you know we ain't easily impressed.
You can pay for your license and inspections online now. They'll confirm your inspection appointment and bring the decal to your car.
I'm impressed.
During this World Diabetes Awareness Day, the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the Pan American Health Organization and the World Health Organization wants to advise you that to lower your chance of getting high blood pressure and diabetes, here are some things you can do.
Eat healthier foods such as fruits and vegetables. Exercise for 30 minutes a day, 4 times per week. Get to your ideal body weight. Cut back on the amount of alcohol you consume and stop smoking. If you have already been diagnosed with diabetes, take care of yourself. Make sure that you have a blood sugar monitoring machine at home. If you need one, visit the nearest public health clinic. Talk to your healthcare provider today about how you can live a longer and healthier life with or without diabetes. Remember, your health is in your hands.
This message is brought to you by PAHO WHO, Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and the Healthy Bahamas Coalition.
For a full variety of Butterball and Jenny-O turkeys, plus regular and picnic hams, shop Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Quaker Grits, 5 pounds, $3.79. Hillendale Eggs, extra large, 1 dozen, $2.39. Mexico Butter Cookies, 12 ounce, $3.99. Triple B Malt Tonic, 12 ounce, 99 cents. Case price, $22.99. Remember, you can now redeem your quality stamps at Bed Bath & Home.
spreading Christmas cheer.
To everybody whether far or near.
Move to the rhythm of Christmas round.
Did you hear that? Is it Santa?
Bring home BTC Superfast Extreme Internet Bundle for only $99.99 with 157 channels and 150 megabits of speed per second, and your home will be blazing all year long. This Christmas, make it BTC. It's the better choice for you and me.
Move to the rhythm of Christmas. Move to the rhythm of BTC.
During the first ever choreography competition on Bay Street, when they introduced choreography as a competition, one family, one street.
Hold up, girls!
Them girls are very dynamic. They're very powerful. Nobody touches them. Nobody.
Colon cancer is the third most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Your risk of developing colon cancer is increased if you have a personal history of colorectal cancer or colon polyps, a family history of colon cancer, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. Other factors that can increase your risk of developing colon cancer are low fiber, high fat diets, a sedentary lifestyle, obesity, smoking, and alcohol. You can take steps to reduce your risk of colon cancer by making specific lifestyle changes. Eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods contain fiber, minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants, which may play a role in cancer prevention. Drink alcohol in moderation or not at all. Do not smoke. Exercise with a goal of getting in at least 30 minutes each day. If you've been inactive, start slowly and gradually build up to 30 minutes. Also, talk to your doctor before starting any exercise program. Maintain a healthy weight. If you're at a healthy weight, maintain it by combining a well-balanced diet with daily exercise. If you need to lose weight, ask your doctor about healthy ways to achieve your goal. Colon cancer screening can also help to prevent colon cancer or lead to its early detection when treatment is most effective. If you're 45 years or older, speak to your doctor about having a colonoscopy or some form of colon cancer screening that may be appropriate for you. I'm Dr. Eugene Marcus Cooper. Pay attention to your health. Get the facts and discuss colon cancer with your physician today.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we have a little wrinkle in the isobars over the northwest Bahamas, and that will fire up a couple of showers, which will be carried by that easterly flow across the northwest and central Bahamas for the next day or two. Our forecast for tonight, partly cloudy with a shower in spot, low temperature, just around 71 degrees. And tomorrow, we're looking at partly sunny, still breezy with a passing shower or two, 81 degrees for your high temperature, and extended weather forecast shaping up like this. Showers in the forecast through Wednesday, a little better on Thursday and Friday. As we head into Saturday, 1 or 2 more sprinkles will wake its way back into our forecast, but it's looking pretty good right into the early part of next week. Temperature-wise, we're going to fluctuate between the upper 60s to low 70s during the nighttime. Juanita.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. And as we celebrate our 44th year of television broadcasting, it feels great to be your home. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Most of us in our lifetime will hear the saying at least once or twice that it's better to give than to receive, and that's true. But I've also learned growing up that it's okay to receive, especially if you're on the giving end most of the time. Well, this year, my family and I decided to treat 10 special ladies who do that on a daily basis, give of themselves. And so we share with you our gift to them, and I present to you the gift. They're special because every day they seek to protect, comfort, and care for those battling cancer. A thankless job at times, but rewarding overall. President of the Cancer Society of the Bahamas, Dr. Williamson Shea, stressed the role these